I didn't spend much time working on the polystyrene drawing that I'm currently working on. I only really worked on this side, finishing the arm, then doing the details of the hand, for which I've got this sort of new method for doing the hand. Then I extended the floral jacket outline from the front to that side, and then did the same for the shorts. I've yet to repeat that process on the other side. Basically, I squeezed in some work before it was around 11 in the morning, and time for us to go to Victor. Which is about a 45-minute drive. To be with my maternal grandmother, and one of Mom's sisters. During one of Grandma's appointments. And during which that appointment, while waiting, we made some small talk. It was primarily Mom talking to her sister. While waiting for Grandma's appointment. To be done. After I recall Mom helping Grandma into where the appointment was. Afterwards, we went to a pizza place. Initially, I was hoping it would be at a Pizza Hut, since I have some good memories involving a Pizza Hut and members of mom's side of the family. Yeah, but where we ended up going to was pretty good too. It was the local Marvin Mazzaronis for Victor. During which I got a personal chicken ranch and pizza that I ate by myself, since everyone else got something different. I recall mom's sister getting a cheese quesadilla, but she got a chicken quesadilla. And I'm not as sure what the other members of the lunch party got, but I am sure that it was different from what I ultimately got. And my first thought was to get a garbage plate pizza. Like they have at Salvatore's. And partially because I had done that recently, and partially because it had been a long time since I last went to a Marvin Mazzaroni's. And so I looked on the menu for that, but didn't find that on their list of specialty pizzas. I figured since it's a pizza place, I should probably get a pizza, and so I eventually settled on that personal chicken ranch. There was no bacon on that personal pizza. Just some grilled chicken on what was essentially a cheese pizza with a ranch dressing base. While waiting for our food, Mom brought out some of the leftover cake from that birthday party she shared with two people at the Dakota last night. And I had one piece of those leftovers with the rest being shared between Mom, her sister, and her mother. Yeah, I couldn't really have any more than that. After having that chicken ranch personal pizza, since it was intended primarily for Grandma. That and later I was planning on having another sort of lunch from the couple of the food stores from the Victor Mall. There were plenty of kind actions that day. One of the owners gave Mom a pick of a free dessert. From that Marvin Montsaroni's, since for her birthday. And Grandma gave me a $10 bill. Not that I really needed it right away, since during the hour or so after we were done having lunch at Marvin Montsaroni's, I helped walk Grandma into the place while Mom's sister helped walk Grandma back to the car. Afterwards, by which Mom's sister and mother had a separate car from us, Mom and I. And while Mom's sister and mother went back to where they live afterwards, And Mom and I went to the Victor Mall for one of the primary purposes of a shopping mall, which is to explore the place and essentially do some window shopping to see if anything interests you. Nothing really interested me from all the stores I looked at, and we primarily looked at, stores. There were only a couple of stores that interested Mom that we went into. Though they didn't really interest me at least as much, since they primarily sold clothes. If I'm going to get any new clothes, it's most likely going to be a custom shirt involving the polystyrene drawings. I recall we walked around the Victor Mall from 2:30 to 3:15, 3:30 p.m. by my best estimate. I know I got home around 4 p.m. since that was when I had my usual of a big cup of pretzels from Pretzel Maker with a Mexican chicken sandwich from Burger King. Only when we went to the Pretzel Maker, they were sold out of the usual salted pretzel bites, so I opted for some all unsalted ones in order to save us a wait time of 20 minutes. Figured it would be fine. And then for dipping sauce, I got 2 things of, it's probably called cheese sauce, but I called it queso at the time. Most likely by force of habit. We went to Burger King first, where I got the Burger King at the food court first, where I got the Mexican chicken sandwich and a milk, which are intended for kids' meals, but it's still enough for me, and it's healthier than getting what's known as a fountain drink, which is typically a soda. These milks are fat-free and ultra pasteurized. They don't offer any other kind of milk. It's the fat-free aspect of it is fine by me. And vitamin A and D are added to these milks, though in the case of that milk, I didn't take a picture of it since I drank it early on our way back home due to concerns of it spoiling. Had I waited to have it at home. Yeah, but it tasted a little weird. And my best way of describing it would be if there were minerals in the milk. It just tasted a little off. Primarily a little off. It wasn't metallic or anything, just kind of tasted like some stuff was maybe in there. It made me concerned that I could get sick from it later, but thankfully I didn't get sick from it. I finished that whole bottle of milk. It was completely a liquid, wasn't lumpy in any way. And then when we got home, that's when I had the unsalted pretzel bites and that Mexican chicken sandwich all at once. Though I later ended up having it with a glass of whole milk since I got thirsty about halfway to a third of the way through eating those pretzel bites with that Mexican chicken sandwich. And I think it was somewhere between... It was around 5 p.m. when Dad picked me up from Mom's place. I think I finished the pretzel bites and that Mexican chicken sandwich, around 4:30 p.m. And then in the evening, I had some coffee. I had both a cup of coffee early on the initial drive to Victor, and a cup of coffee that was offered by the place we went to for Grandma's appointment. So I had roughly 2 cups in the morning and 2 to 3 cups in the evening. And I was still able to... I'm still able to sleep just fine. Even with plenty of coffee in my system. I just like having it plain. And coffee in general. But I typically always have it plain. So I can get that taste of the coffee. And with the coffee, at Dad's place, cups from that evening pot Dad made me. I had these thin, crunchy chocolate chip cookies that Dad got from Aldi's. Some of those, though I just ate the cookies and drank the coffee separately. I think I would basically eat a cookie, then take a sip of the coffee together, but what I mean by having them separately, then, is that I don't have a habit of dipping the cookies into the coffee. If I'm going to dip a cookie into anything, it's going to be a glass of milk. But yeah. Ultimately, I made the decision, which I wasn't going to do initially, to bring this polystyrene drawing in a plastic bag to Dad's place so I would be able to finish it at Dad's place before moving on to something else. While we were at Marvin Monseroni's, I showed Grandma the second Akina polystyrene drawing, and she really liked it to the point where I believe that for the next gift I could do another drawing of Akina. I would give the one I showed her myself, but I made a couple of major mistakes on other sides other than the front of it, and I only take a picture of the front of each polystyrene drawing, so it looks perfect, so to speak. But my grandma deserves polystyrene drawings that are done the best they can. I always try my best on the polystyrene drawings, but you know what I mean. A polystyrene drawing with no major mistakes.